Okay, Google, set a timer for 10 minutes.
Got it, 10 minutes. And that's starting now.
Hello, welcome back to my 10 minutes uncut talk series. And today I feel very overwhelmed and I actually feel like I'm too overwhelmed to film this video. But then somehow I'm recording right now. And I think I just want to admit, I think I am overwhelmed by all the responsibilities that I give myself. And I want to share this because I know a lot of you is probably going through something like this. Like you feel like there are so many things you want to do and you actually have good intentions of doing them. And then all of them are good things. They all come from good intentions and it all might have good impact in your life or in other people's life. But then most of the time, we don't have enough time, enough energy, enough brain power, enough resource to do everything that we want to do. And a lot of us will feel very guilty or feel like I'm not using the best out of the resource, the time I have, the blessings I have, and then you feel a little bit guilty that you couldn't you couldn't make the most out of it, or your performance or your result it's not meeting your expectations. And if that's you, you're not alone. I am totally like that. And I want to share a story that happened to me years ago that I think it will help us, including me, to to get a bit out of this, I hope. So years ago, I did this like strength test. It's called Clifton Strength. I think it's owned by well, anyway, I will link the test down below. But basically, it's a test to assess your strength, and it only like rank your strength. It doesn't rank your weakness. Basically, this test, like the core value behind it is like it believes everyone has different strengths, and then we should focus on our strengths and not focus on our weakness. So, like for example, if how do I say, like everyone have strengths of them, and if you just fully utilize your strengths, you'll be able to do so well and exceed most people just because it is your strength. But if you focus on like fixing your weakness, improving your weakness, then oftentimes, even if you put 1,000% more effort into that, you probably still get like average result. Like you won't exceed. Like you'll probably just get average. So the core value of Clifton Strength is to tell people what strengths they have and then tell people to leverage the strength they have, make it even better instead of focusing on like the weakness and improve weakness. And it is telling us like you don't need to be perfect. Like not everyone needs to have all these 35 strengths. Or in other words, it's like we all have all these strengths, but there's a different ranking among each person. So then you should just focus the top strengths. Yeah. I don't know if that's a good explanation. But for me, not surprising, is my top strength is responsibility. And honestly, I'm like, why is responsibility my strength? I feel like it's a outcome of growing up from an Asia household, Asian education, competitive high school, and a result in me having the highest strength of responsibility. And what does it mean? It means like I have a very, very, very high ability to meet my responsibility, which also means any responsibility that I give myself, I will have super high execution rate. And I felt like this responsibility strength, it does like help me so much when I was a kid, when I was younger, because I can somehow just like have super, super high productivity to get things done in a way like people will be amazed how I can do so many things in a day and how I can achieve so many things in the same amount of time. And it's all driven by this responsibility. Like I think for me, whenever I'm like, oh, okay, this is a task. And I'm like, okay, I need to finish this task. So like, I don't know, like when I was a kid, when it's time to study, I will study. Like I won't procrastinate. Like I don't have any problem of like playing video games, like reading something that's fun or playing games. No, like the strength of responsibility will be so strong that I will just go straight to study no matter what. And this strength served me all the way up until maybe I'm 27. Before 27-year-old, like this strength served me. It helped me just achieve so much, have super high performance, and get a lot of things done. And until 27, I got depression. And the depression basically made me couldn't do anything. And having a strength of responsibility at the same time not being to fulfill anything kills me. Like the guilt and shame of not being able to achieve, to perform, to produce just kills me. And I remember I was in this dilemma so much about just like, I have all this responsibility, so I don't think I can like take a day off or take a long sick leave because like all this responsibility wouldn't be met. And I was just like, I would just not doing well because like my mind is overwhelmed by all the responsibility I cannot meet if I make decision to favor my depression, things like that. Yeah, and then I was talking to this mentor, and she was the one who introduced like Clifton strengths to me. And she looked at my strengths list and looked at the responsibility, and she was like, Kathryn, like there's no way you can fight against your strengths. Like because for me, I was like, I don't know how to now look at all these responsibility. Like I just have so many of it, and I don't know what to do. And she was like, yeah, like of course you won't be able to do that because this is your strength. Like it's your strength to be driven by responsibility. So if you try to suppress your strength, it's not gonna go well. And I was like, okay, then what should I do? She was like, you need to reframe your strength. If meeting responsibility, fulfilling responsibility is something that you are so good at, you should just think, you should just reframe the responsibility. So she was telling me like, now even though all these to do tasks, the projects, work, all the stuff that all these responsibilities like I'm not able to meet. Stop. But I should see my mental health, my well-being as the first responsibility. If I view that as a responsibility, and it's the biggest responsibility, then me having the strength of meeting responsibilities, what would I do? And then when I hear that, I was like, whoa, okay, right. You're right. Like my well-being, my depression, my mental health, that's my biggest responsibility right now. So I should meet that. I should do whatever thing to fulfill this responsibility. And then that's when I shift and reframe what I view as responsibilities. So it's like instead of seeing at all the responsibilities I couldn't meet, I look at the biggest responsibility I should meet, and I go forward. And then, long story short, I took a sick leave for the first time in my life to heal. Yeah. And yeah, so I want to share this story. So if you have similar struggle of like feeling like you have so many tasks, you're overwhelmed by the task to do list, responsibilities, and you are naturally very, very responsible like me, like you want to be able to meet your responsibilities or expectations, then I feel like there's a way that you can still take advantage of your strengths and not be overwhelmed by it. Yeah. I don't know how to apply it case to case, but I just hope this story will help. And thank you for listening. Bye bye.